Welcome to Adult ypww Lesson 5. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's lesson text is coming out of Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 13, and 1 Corinthians chapter 12. The topic is The Salt is Multifaceted, Part 2. The memory verse, I will read the King James Version first, and then the New International Version of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. The New International Version of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. Variety is the spice of life that gives it all its flavor. The famous cliche was penned by poet William Cowper, and it is a good description of this series of lessons. God has made it undeniably clear that He loves variety. In the beauty of creation, we see a vast amount of different land terrains, plants, and animals. In the creation of mankind, we see multiple cultures and ethnicities. Within the various cultures around the world, we can see even more layers of diversity. It is a global phenomenon that God has orchestrated. He planned and loves our differences. Proclivity is defined as our natural tendency to behave in a particular way. The way we behave, our behaviors are learned mostly from our parents. The cultures we were raised in, our environments, neighborhoods, and workplaces all have a profound impact on our proclivities as well. God knows the sum total of who we are, our character, personality, likes and dislikes, strengths and weaknesses. He is not surprised by anything we say or do because He knows us from the core, inside and out. Nonetheless, God ensures that we have opportunities to learn more about Him and improve our lives. Just as there is diversity in nature, land terrains, and mankind, our memory verse lets us know that there is also diversity in the distribution of spiritual gifts. Although emanating from one source, the Spirit of God, there are several different spiritual gifts that are given to believers. It is important to understand that spiritual gifts are given for believers to work in their gift areas to help the church, which is the body of Christ. Can a believer have more than one of the spiritual gifts identified in 1 Corinthians chapter 12? Yes. Can a believer have all of the spiritual gifts identified in this passage? Probably not. The language of verses 8 through 10 confirms this answer by these phrases, to one is given and to another is given. Verse 11 emphatically states that the Spirit distributes or divides these gifts to believers as He determines. A wonderful thing about the distribution of spiritual gifts is that most of the time, the spiritual gifts we are given will comfortably match our natural abilities and talents. God's strategic master plan for believers around the world determines the best fit and distribution of the spiritual gifts. Wow! He matches the seasoning of our personality, natural proclivities, with the spiritual gifts we are given to perform our kingdom-building assignment in the earth. Multifaceted seasoning can be used to describe spiritual gifts as well. There are also cases when a believer is given a spiritual gift that does not seem to match their personality, and that's okay. God will bless everyone who seeks to develop the spiritual giftings they have been given. Just as we have discussed in our previous lessons about the importance of salt being potent and regional, popular food seasonings, our spiritual gifts are to be developed to be potent, powerful, and effective. As you discover your spiritual gifts, God will ensure that you have opportunities to develop these gifts. Some of you all already know what your spiritual gifts are, and this is great. You are challenged to continue developing your gifts. For those who are not quite sure what spiritual gifts you have, first begin with prayer. Ask God to reveal to you what your calling is and your spiritual gifts. Expect Him to answer this prayer. God can speak to your spirit, or He might send to you various individuals to help you identify your spiritual gifts. Some of the usual people God sends to help you with this identification are trusted family members, church leaders, pastors, and counselors. Next, answer these 4 questions. Number 1, what activities do you most enjoy? Number 2, what are the areas of your career or job that you like the most? Number 3, what do your trusted family members say that you are good at doing? And number 4, what do the people in your life, like your pastors, friends, and family who speak positively about your future, suggest about your career choice? Your answers are important and are a great start in finding out your spiritual giftings. Diversity in the body of Christ can be compared the different seasonings that we use to prepare our food. Good seasonings make our food more enjoyable to eat. This diversity can also be compared to the distribution of spiritual gifts. God has divinely created us with different personalities and dispositions. Our total being, personality, and proclivities are to be used to the glory of God. We are seasoned with different gifts and callings for different purposes. As we grow and mature, we learn more about the multifaceted seasonings that exist in the body of Christ. The questions for today's lesson. Number 1, as members of the body of Christ, we have different responsibilities. What is one of your gift areas that can be used to edify the body of Christ? Discuss methods and strategies that you can use to nurture and develop your spiritual gifts. Number 2, what are some spiritual gifts that you have seen in operation in the life of other believers? The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.